Disclaimer: the following narrative is based on open source reports and public claims.
The Caribbean sky, usually calm and inviting, suddenly turned into a stage of rising military tension. The blue ocean, once a symbol of peace and tourism, became a silent witness to one of the most tense geopolitical moments in Latin America's recent history. Out on the open sea, a United States aircraft carrier, loaded with fighter jets, helicopters, radar systems, and escort warships, moved closer to waters Venezuela considers a highly sensitive defense zone. For the United States, this was simply a freedom of navigation operation. But for the Venezuelan government, this wasn't just a military exercise. This was a provocation and a direct threat to national sovereignty. Venezuela's air defense systems immediately detected the massive formation. Within seconds, alarms echoed through military command rooms. There was no long debate, no press conference. Only one clear order cutting through the tension: scramble the fighters. From El Libertador Air Base, Venezuela's Sukhoi Su-30 Mk-2 fighter jets roared to life. Their AL-31F engines screamed, and the afterburners lit up the runway like streaks of fire. This wasn't a routine patrol. This was a launch toward a potential confrontation with the most powerful military force on the planet. These Su-30s were not just symbols of Venezuelan military prestige. They were built to fight. Each aircraft carried long-range R-77 air-to-air missiles, short-range R-73 missiles for close combat, and the supersonic K-31 anti-ship missile capable of locking onto and penetrating modern naval defenses. If this situation escalated into real combat, the aircraft carrier was no longer in a risk-free position. Over the radio, Venezuelan pilots calmly reported distance, formation, and direction of the American carrier group as they closed in. On board the U.S. aircraft carrier, everything shifted instantly. FA-18 Super Hornets were moved into launch readiness. An E-2D Hawkeye airborne radar aircraft extended surveillance coverage. The ship's crew worked with the cold precision expected from a superpower military machine. Now two armed forces faced each other in the Caribbean sky, silent, steady, and dangerously close. As the distance shrank, the Su-30s tightened their formation and executed controlled intimidation maneuvers. They maintained an appropriate standoff range, but close enough to make their intentions unmistakable. Venezuela was prepared to fight if necessary. Communication channels crackled with warnings. Venezuela transmitted the first message with firm clarity: "You are entering the monitored military zone of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. Identify your purpose or alter your course." The response from the U.S. carrier came shortly after, formal, cold, and unshaken. "We are operating in international waters." But to Caracas, that statement did nothing to change the reality. A foreign carrier strike group was standing at their doorstep. On land, Venezuelan media broadcast live updates. The government issued a strong declaration stating that no foreign power, including the United States, had the right to project or display military force in a manner that threatened Venezuelan national security. The Venezuelan public watched closely, torn between tension and pride. For the first time in a long while, their country appeared willing to stand firm against one of the world's most dominant powers. After long minutes of uncertainty, the U.S. carrier group gradually adjusted its course. No missiles were launched, no radar locks escalated to hostile intent, no shots were fired, but the message was undeniable. Venezuela had forced a U.S. aircraft carrier to reconsider its path. That day, under the warm Caribbean winds, Venezuela reminded the world that power isn't always defined by the number of missiles, radar sophistication, or the tonnage of warships. Sometimes strength is defined by the willingness to draw a line and defend it. And on that day, Venezuela delivered a message that could not be misunderstood. We are not just a place on a map, we are a sovereign nation, and we will defend what is ours. If this story caught your attention, drop your thoughts in the comments. Was Venezuela's move a bold act of defense or a risky gamble against a global superpower? Hit the like button if you enjoy content like this, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future analyses on global military developments, defense technology, and real-world geopolitics. And as always, see you in the next episode.